Namaskar and welcome to Express News. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the annual National Cadet Corps Prime Minister's Rally on Monday at the Karepa Parade Ground in Delhi. A total of 2,361 NCC cadets participated in the Republic Day camp this year. The participation of these cadets in the Prime Minister's Rally will mark a successful culmination of the month-long NCC Republic Day Camp 2025. The theme for this year was Yuva Shakti Viksit Bharat. On Monday, India's Home Minister Amit Shah took a holy dip at the Triveni Sangam. He was accompanied by the State Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and other saints and sages. Before taking the holy dip, Amit Shah, along with his family in the presence of several saints, performed the Aarti at Triveni Sangam during the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. The North Indian state of Uttarakhand implemented the Uniform Civil Code on Monday, becoming the first state of independent India to enact it into law. The Chief Minister, Pushkar Singh Dhami, inaugurated the rules and portal for the UCC's implementation. Chief Minister of the northeastern state of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, declared on Sunday that Dibrugarh would become the state's second capital and a full metropolis. The CM also laid the foundation stones for 4 significant flyovers in the city, costing 377 crore rupees. India's Youth Affairs and Sports Minister, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, on Monday attended the Rashtriya Raksha University's inauguration of its first International Olympic Research Conference on Monday. The aim is to unite global experts to foster academic dialogue and to drive innovation in Olympic research. Responding to the French President Emmanuel Macron's post on social media, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanked him for his wishes on Republic Day. The Prime Minister also confirmed his visit to France in February for the Summit on Action for Artificial Intelligence. The Indonesian Naval Chief Admiral Muhammad Ali was accorded a Guard of Honor in New Delhi on Monday. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto was a special guest for the Republic Day, the 76th Republic Day celebrations held at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. The Indonesian Naval Chief was also laid a wreath at the National War Memorial. The Indonesian Armed Forces participated in a grand parade on Sunday. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, P. Harish, unfurled the tricolour at the permanent mission of India to the United Nations' office in New York to celebrate the Republic Day. India's ambassador to the United States, Vinay Quatra, unfurled the national flag and relayed the President's address to the nation at the India House to celebrate the 76th Republic Day of India. Members of the Indian diaspora also participated enthusiastically in the festivities. The Consulate General of India in Hamburg, Germany, also celebrated the 76th Republic Day 2025 with around 300 members of the consulate gathering to unfurl the tricolour. Indian Ambassador to Germany, Ajit Gupte, flagged off a car rally in Berlin to commemorate India's 76th Republic Day. The car rally signified the growing Indian diaspora and expanding people-to-people ties, which is a key pillar of India-Germany strategic partnership. The Indian naval ship Trikand, which is a frontline frigate of the Indian Navy, it marked India's 76th Republic Day with a special ceremony at Salalah, Oman. And this event included the hoisting of the national flag and the naval ensign, followed by the singing of the national anthem. Uttar Pradesh government has declared the entire Mahakumbh Mela area in Prayagraj as a no-vehicle zone from Monday. The decision has been taken to ensure smooth management of massive crowds expected on Amoni Amavasya, which is on the 29th of this month. The Indian Army conducted a joint operation, including Assam Rifles, in coordination with Manipur Police and other security forces. The forces recovered 35 weapons, ammunition and warlike stores during this raid. At least 3 landmines exploded due to a forest fire that is, along the line of control on Sunday. And the explosion occurred due to the forest fire that erupted in Mendar forest of Poonch district in the Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. India's southern state of Kerala's Thrissur City Police, they have inaugurated the state's first AI-powered CCTV analysis system, revolutionizing the field of video surveillance. The AI-powered CCTV is going to improve accuracy and efficiency. The Joint Parliamentary Committee on Monday cleared the proposed Waqf Amendment Bill tabled in Parliament of India in August last year. Indian equity indices, they ended on a weak note on Monday. At close, the Sensex was down 824.29 points, ending at 75,366.17. At close, the Nifty was also down 263.05 points at 22,829.15 points. The Indian rupee ended 13 paise lower at 86.33 per dollar on Monday. Gold futures maturing on February 5 were priced at rupees 79,930 per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 5 maturity stood at rupees 90,971 per kg on the MCX. Chinese startup DeepSeek's AI assistant on Monday overtook rival ChatGPT to become the top-rated free application available on Apple's App Store in the United States. China's manufacturing activity unexpectedly contracted in January. An official factory survey showed this on Monday, its weakest since August. The credit card usage in India grew by 34% in Q3 2024, up from 26% in Q3 2023 as consumers spent more on existing cards. This is what a report has revealed. The Indian government, in its upcoming Budget 2025, may announce innovative measures to boost infrastructure and other critical sectors. This is according to a report by the SBI, the State Bank of India. Universal Music Group, which is the world's biggest music label, and the Swedish streaming giant Spotify, they have reached a new multi-year agreement for recorded music and music publishing. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will pay an official visit to the UAE from the 27th to the 29th of January, where he will meet the leadership of the UAE and review the close partnership between the two countries. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri is on a two-day visit to Beijing, during which he will hold talks with the Chinese officials in the second such high-profile visit from India to China in less than a month and a half. India's Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will visit Muscat. This starts on Monday with an aim to give further impetus to the free trade agreement talks between India and Oman. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced on Sunday that 6 more hostages will be freed this week as part of a continued ceasefire agreement with Hamas. They will return, 3 of them will return to Israel on Thursday, and another 3 are going to be returning on Saturday. The families of the 4 soldiers who were freed over the weekend, they thanked the US President Donald Trump on Sunday for the release of their daughters from Gaza. The newly appointed US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth spoke with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday. Both leaders discussed the importance of advancing mutual security interests and priorities, especially in the face of persistent threats. The deal between Lebanon and Israel had been extended until February 18, as Israel missed a previous deadline to pull troops. Colombia on Monday backed down and agreed to accept repatriated citizens on military flights after President Donald Trump threatened major sanctions. The Trump administration said it will suspend planned tariffs and most sanctions. Since taking office last Monday, the US President Donald Trump declared illegal immigration as a national emergency and directed the US military to help with border security, issued a broad ban on asylum, and took steps to restrict citizens for children born in the United States. Citizenship. Now, the U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers, as well as other federal agents, conducted arrests in Chicago on Sunday. The agency's daily average for arrears was 311 in the fiscal year 2024 and 467 in the fiscal year 2023. In Colorado, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration detained around 50 undocumented migrants. The operation led to the seizure of drugs, weapons and cash. Over 1,000 migrants embarked on a journey from the southern Mexican town of Tapachula, and they moved towards the United States on Sunday after several had their appointments to seek asylum cancelled following the inauguration of Donald Trump. Belarus leader Alexander Lukashenko has been in power since 1994, and he's won a seventh consecutive term in office on Sunday in an election denounced by the European Union as well as exiled opposition leaders. Russian troops have taken control of the village of Velyakha, Novosilka. This is in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. The drone footage released by the Russian Defense Ministry on Sunday, it showed soldiers waving Russian flags atop shattered buildings and in the debris-strewn streets. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky replaced the commander overseeing the defense of Pokrovsk for the third time in less than a year. So Drapatya, who is replacing Major General Andrei Hintov, has shifts. In fact, Hintov is shifting to a key role in training and communication. Tensions rise in the Democratic Republic of Congo as the M23 rebel group asserts control over Goma, which is a critical city in the country's east. Meanwhile, the UN Security Council has condemned the blatant violation of Congo's sovereignty and territorial integrity, calling for the removal of external forces. South Korea's authorities, they have started investigating. In fact, they're investigating of the last month Jeju airplane crash is in the preliminary stages, and they've submitted a preliminary accident report, and this is to the UN Aviation Agency and to the authorities in the United States, France and Thailand. They state that the investigation remains ongoing. All classes and examinations were suspended in Dhaka University on Monday due to clashes among students of the university with Dhaka College and 6 other colleges. The clashes began when the university failed to agree to a 5-point demand by the students to abolish the unjust quota system in the admission test. Iran has unveiled its largest ever drone that can carry up to 12 bombs and will be used in border operations. Its primary intended use, in fact, was for border operations, providing Iran with an enhanced ability to monitor and secure its borders as well as to carry out precision strikes. The 27th of January 2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Nazi German concentration and extermination camp Auschwitz-Birkenau. Time for us to head for a short commercial break here. Stay with us. You're watching Express News.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back to Express News on DD India. Let's continue. As India celebrated Republic Day on Sunday, its national capital Delhi recorded the warmest Republic Day in 8 years. The maximum temperature was 23.7 degrees Celsius. Comfortable that was. As per India's Weather Office, the northeast monsoon rains have ceased over South Peninsular India from today. 3 active fires in Los Angeles neared full containment as the region receives much-needed rain that has produced floods and mudslides warnings lasting through Monday. Australia's southeast had sweltered in a heat wave on Monday, raising the bushfire risk as well as prompting authorities to issue fire bans for several parts of Victoria State. Australia's weather forecaster had warned that the temperature could be 41 degrees Celsius in Melbourne, which is more than 14 degrees Celsius above the city's mean maximum temperature for January. Floodwaters submerged cars and buildings in the western French city of Rennes. This happened Sunday as the storm Herminia has brought heavy rains and strong winds. Strong winds buffeted planes as they tried to land at Spain's Bilbao airport on Sunday. The storm Herminia hit the Iberian Peninsula with heavy rain and winds in the northern Spain. After Storm Alwyn had battered the UK and Ireland, strong winds damaged many buildings, causing roofs to be blown away. Snow hits Northern Korea's capital, that's Pyongyang, North Korea, and with weather forecasters predicting more heavy snowfall in the north of the isolated country. The eruption of Mount Lebotobi Laki in East Flores in Indonesia has displaced many people, prompting a large-scale recovery effort by the authorities. The Mahakumbh Mela in Prayagraj has witnessed over 132 million devotees taking a holy dip at the confluence of the rivers Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati so far. The Mahakumbh Mela 2025 has witnessed a special fusion of Indian and Greek culture heritage, where Penelope from Greece and an Indian national Siddharth, they decided to tie the knot. Shanghai pet owners treated their furry friends to a special Lunar New Year meal organized to reassemble the annual reunion feast that traditionally takes place on the eve of the Lunar New Year holiday. 11 dogs enjoyed shredded chicken and lettuce, donning traditional garments, a customary event for Chinese-speaking communities. Ahead of Valentine's Day, Ecuadorian flower farmers, they are working tirelessly to meet the high export demand. This is from the US and Europe, making it one of the busiest days in the industry. According to Quito International Airport, the peak season for Valentine's Day 2025 flower exports at the airport began on January 18 and will run through to February 8. Poland's Tatra National Park has recorded a surge in visitor numbers in 2024, reaching a record-breaking 4.9 million, outpacing some of America's most famous national parks. The Tatra National Park's director, Szymon Ziobrowski, was not surprised by the record numbers. He attributed to the uniqueness of the Tatra Mountains in Poland. An unusually large number of visitors turned up to see the Amorphophilus gigas, also known as the corpse flower. It's blooming for the first time in Brooklyn's Botanic Garden. The corpse flower, which is native to Sumatra in Indonesia, is famous for emitting a foul odor when it blooms, which is once every 2 to 10 years. Bolivians are buying tiny bundles of fake dollar bills in the hope that they're going to get their own real thing soon. This is marking the traditional Amarea festival of Alasta in La Paz. Alasta, which means actually by me in the Aymara language, it seeks people to buy lucky charms related to their personal wishes for the year. The New York City's council member, Sean Aberu, has sponsored a bill that would allow New Yorkers to take paid time off to care for their pets and service animals. This move comes as researchers also found that animals can reduce loneliness, increase feelings of social support, and boost one's mood. Giant pandas Bao Li and Qingbao. They made their debut at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. to the delight of visitors. The pandas arrived in the United States from China in October and were given several months to get used to the new accommodation. Saudi Arabia's Islamic Arts biennial features the first public display of the entire Kiswa. This is a cover of the Kaaba outside the city of Makkah. The Japanese adventurer Gump Suzuki has arrived in Cape Town at the end of more than 6,000 kilometers of a journey across Africa whilst pulling a rickshaw. After living in a submerged capsule off the coast of Panama for 120 days, the German aerospace engineer Rüdiger Koch has received the official Guinness World Record certificate for the longest time submerged. Buckingham Palace has published a new photograph of Britain's King Charles wearing a kilt made of a tartan name named in his honour. This is to mark the birthday of Scotland's national poet Robert Burns on Saturday. Coldplay's frontman Chris Martin wholeheartedly greeted India on the occasion of Republic Day by singing famous patriotic songs during the Ahmedabad concert on Sunday. Mel Gibson's new fiction film, Flight Risk, it has topped the North American box office, taking in an estimated $12 million on a slow winter weekend. This is what industry analysts said on Sunday. Disney's Mufasa, the Lion King, slipped to second spot, earning an estimated $8.7 million. In an interview, the former Beatle Paul McCartney has warned that AI, or artificial intelligence, could be used to rip off artists, urging the British government to make sure the upcoming copyright reforms protect creators. The British actor Benedict Cumberbatch walked the carpet for his latest film, The Thing with Feathers, at the Sundance Film Festival in Park City in Utah. India's Grandmaster R. Pragnananda played out a solid draw against compatriot world champion D. Gugesh in the 8th round of the Tata Steel Masters on Sunday. The inaugural edition of the Women's Hockey India League came to an end, with Odisha Warriors lifting the title in Ranchi on Sunday. In the Men's Hockey India League, Bengal Tigers will take on the Delhi SG Pipers on Monday. And Surma Hockey Club will face Vedanta Kalinga Lancers in a crucial league encounter at the Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium in Rourkela on Monday. In the Khelo India Winter Games, the Army has defeated Indo-Tibetan Border Police 2-1. It was a thrilling final and they won the men's ice hockey event. UT Ladakh had secured a 4-0 win over Indo-Tibetan Border Police in the women's final of the ice hockey event in Leh on Monday. Yannick Sinner showed off his Australian Open trophy on Monday. He had retained the title with an emphatic win over Alexander Zverev. Jasprit Bumrah on Monday was named as ICC's Man Test Cricketer of the Year, and the Indian had spearheaded. He was wonderful in 2024. It was an excellent season for him, both home and away. He picked up 71 wickets in 13 matches. The Indian opener, Smriti Mandhana, was named as the ICC Women's ODI Cricketer of the Year 2024 on Monday. India have qualified for the semi-finals of the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup after they thrashed Bangladesh by 8 wickets in Kuala Lumpur, happening Sunday. India will take on England in the third T20 International at Rajkot on Tuesday. India lead this five-match series 2-0. The West Indies won a test match in Pakistan for the first time in nearly 35 years on Monday. The Windies won the second test by a good margin, 120 runs. On day 3, the series is now 1-1. It's level. Poland's record goal scorer, Iwa Pajor, scored twice in Barcelona as they beat Real Madrid 5-0 to win the fourth consecutive Women's Spanish Super Cup title. Barcelona had blown away a miserable Valencia 7-1 on Sunday to get back on track in the La Liga with a ruthless victory. Lisandro Martinez earned Manchester United a narrow 1-0 victory against Fulham in the Premier League on Monday. That concludes Express News. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.